So since Carrie has yet to make her episode of #NarraTube, I thought I'd take over for a little bit. Before I get on with the story though, I thought I'd provide a quick summary of what's happened so far in the first 10 episodes. Okay, so Anderson Fleming and his dog Sidekick Amadeus, also known as just Sidekick or even SK, are told by a mysterious caller to be ready for a black SUV first thing in the morning. They decide they better listen, so they wait for the SUV the next morning. After waiting a few hours, the SUV arrives and they are told to get in. They do, and the driver takes them out of the city. After a while, Anderson and Sidekick fall asleep. Anderson wakes up inside the car hours later, but the driver is gone. Sidekick is barking and barking, but all Anderson cares about is the fact that he is in a strange SUV in the middle of the ocean on what looks like a freight ship. After coming to terms with that whole idea, Anderson looks to see what Sidekick is barking at. SK is barking at his old friend Simo, and Simo has a sword. Anderson gets out of the SUV and asks Simo what's the deal. Simo doesn't know. He was sent directions and a sword in the mail, and that's all. Anderson, Sidekick, and Simo try to figure out why they're on the ship. All they do know is that they are there to help whoever is in charge find a treasure. They sit down and start listing things to help find out more, but as the sun goes down, they grow colder. They stupidly make a fire to warm up, but the ship catches fire. They jump into the water and make a chain, holding onto Sidekick, who is an excellent swimmer. Then, a giant squid starts causing some added trouble for our trio, and they struggle to stay alive against the squid's swirling whirlpool. Just when they think they can't last any longer, a cannon shot from a pirate ship stops the squid. As the squid falls into the water, a giant wave pushes Anderson, Simo, and Sidekick onto the pirate ship. On the ship, they are put into a holding cell until a pirate captain with a hedgehog on his shoulder welcomes them aboard. We find out that Anderson actually knows the pirate, Pyra Pie-Hat, who often just goes by Pie-Hat. Pie-Hat lets them out of the cell and explains that the first ship was supposed to bring them to a ship to begin with. He tells them the treasure hunt is actually a contest, and that a woman with long, flowing black hair, who we later find out is named Jo, will explain more. Before she can explain anything, though, Anderson and Simo must drink a reality potion to take them out of their disillusioned state, which they didn't know they were in. After they drink the potion, Jo arrives to explain what's going on. As she is talking, though, tall trees begin to appear in the distance as the pirate ship approaches an island. Sidekick is so excited that he jumps out of Anderson's arms and onto the pirate ship's plank. Anderson goes to retrieve him, but the plank breaks before the two can get off. Sidekick swims Anderson to shore, and Simo and Jo take the ship. On shore, they see that they have reached Pig Island, an old resort that seems to be in some dilapidated state. Anderson starts talking to Sidekick, but SK doesn't seem to understand. Jo explains that Sidekick never took the reality potion, so it's no use. Anderson decides that it's probably better for him to move on. He decides that he should take some photos while he's there, but notices that all of the contents of his bright orange backpack are gone, probably lost during the fire or the squid battle. He then notices he is awfully hungry, so he goes with Simo and Sidekick into the resort to look for food, while Jo stays behind to keep watch. Or maybe she's just scared. Inside the resort, they see a note. Sidekick brings the note to Anderson right as someone screams from the shore. Simo runs to check on Jo while Anderson reads the note and gasps at what it says. And that's #NarraTube episodes 1 through 10. Stay tuned for the next episode as the #NarraTube winds down after a really busy semester.